People rarely leave organizations. They leave environment. And leadership behavior shapes those environments every single day. Today, we are reframing retention as a leadership responsibility, not an HR function. Welcome to the Putting People First Leadership and Service Under Pressure podcast. I am Sherlyn Dorsey, CEO and founder of People Development and Training, and your host for this podcast. Here, we focus on practical leadership and service strategies for healthcare and hospitality leaders that are navigating real people, real pressures, and real expectations. Everything we talk about is grounded in one simple philosophy: retain your people, improve the experience, and increase performance and results. Let's get started. Let's talk about the reality of retention in healthcare and hospitality. Turnover in this industry is often discussed in terms of pay or scheduling or workload. And while don't get me wrong, those things matter, but they rarely tell the whole story. What most people leave is inconsistent leadership, emotional exhaustion, and feeling unseen or unsupported. It's important to understand that retention begins with how people experience leadership. Let's talk about leadership moments that drive retention. People decide whether to stay based on everyday moments. Things like how feedback is received, how mistakes are handled, how pressure is acknowledged, right? How respect is demonstrated, how people feel about leadership. Those moments outweigh policies and perks, hands down. They outweigh policies and perks. Leadership's behavior either builds loyalty or it accelerates exits. But all is not lost, right? That's why we're here. We're going to talk about retention-focused leadership shift, okay? So retention-focused leaders, they ask different questions than other leaders, right? They ask things like, how does my team experience me? Where am I creating unnecessary friction? They may ask things like, what support is missing? What can I do better? Things like that. What I'm saying is that retention improves when leaders reduce emotional tax, not just work. They have a role in it, and they have a level of self-awareness to understand that I am responsible for the energy it is that I bring into a room. So that's a lot, right? But what I want to give you is maybe one retention practice that you can implement right now to help out. Have consistent check-ins that focus on what's working, what feels heavy, and what support is needed right now. Ask those specific questions because retention is built through connection, not compensation alone. Ask the question, and do your work to improve and implement on what you have learned in a way that is clear, consistent, and concise across the board. It could be the difference between whether someone stays or goes. So in closing, I want to leave you with this thought. If you want people to stay, you have to lead in a way that feels worth staying for. That's it. That's it. Take a deep breath into that and own it. All right, so that's it. That's today's episode. As always, whether you are a leader or a team member that's listening to this, I want you to apply one thing that you heard from this. I want you to lead with intention. And as always, keep putting people first. Be sure to tune in to our next episode where we connect leadership, service, and culture through a simple framework that you can use immediately. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day.